Hey Christopher, this is Frank from Max Digital, and I wanted to shoot you over this quick video with some specific things that you guys can do yourselves to help bring in more business just by better utilizing both your website and your Google Business Profile. So I looked you up and I saw that you guys are actually in Lanham, Maryland. So I had done a quick Google search on plumbing, Lanham, Maryland, and these are the results page or the results that come up. And so since 90% of the people never click past the first page, if you are trying to grow the business in this area, you want to get onto as many sections of this page as possible. So the first section here is the advertiser. So if you're not looking to pay Google advertising dollars, then you'd want to focus on getting into the second and third section here. So this section here is known as the Google Map Pack, and it consists of the 3 businesses with the strongest Google Business Profile. And I see you guys have a profile set up. So you're going to want to make sure that you keep this Google Business Profile active, and you do that just by continuing to add customer reviews and responding to them, and then also uploading photos to the profile, as well as you're going to want to use, they give you like a 750 character field here to describe your business. You're going to want to use as much of that field as possible and try to work in some of the local buyer intent keyword phrases as well, and I'll talk about that in a second here. And then, the other thing is to just make sure that your business is listed more times online or across the internet than these guys are. And the way businesses do that is just they register in these online directories, and there's thousands of directories out there like Yelp.com or Angie's List, for example. Many of them are free to join, and you just have to take the time to go out to those sites and enter in your name, your business name, your address, and phone number consistently in all of them. So that Google recognizes you, and you're going to want to do that the same way it's listed in the Google Business Profile. And if you do it consistently, then they'll recognize you all as one business, and you'll soon be able to outnumber these guys if you keep at it. So that's how you get into the map pack. 30 to 40% of the traffic is going to go to the businesses in this section. And then the next section down here is known as the organic listings. And you can see right now at the top of the organic listings are some of those directory sites I was talking about, Angie's, Yelp, Better Business Bureau, and so forth. Eventually you get down to the #1 ranking site in Lanham, Maryland, which is Roto Rooter. And the way, just so you know, the way that the ranking goes is it's all based on the strength of your content and your backlinks profile. So I wanted to compare your content and backlinks to Roto Rooters really quick. So just looking at your site here, which looks good. One thing I wanted to note is that if you want to be seen as Google as an authoritative site or an expert in the niche, which does help in the rankings, you're going to want to have, they look for like 1,500 to 2,000 words on the home page. At a minimum, you want to have more content than your competitor has. So I would look at their site and see. One thing I did actually notice when I was looking at this is the site that's actually beating you, or the page that's beating you, is actually not even Roto Rooter's homepage. It's their back page. They're Maryland. They actually set up a separate page for Lanham, Maryland, and you can see that right here. And one thing about their content is, aside from having more words or wanting to have more words on the page than Roto Rooter or any of your competitors have, it's important to make sure that that content includes the local buyer intent keyword phrases. It really needs to be fairly dense in those phrases. And one thing that Roto Rooter realizes or has figured out pretty well is that you can do that a lot easier if you have a location page for all the different areas that you service, because that allows them to have this page dedicated to Lanham, Maryland. And within that page, you can see here, I just did a quick find for this term, Lanham, and you can see they're using it 21 times on this page. And so what that does is it allows, especially since they also use the plumbing phrase and some of the other the key keyword phrases that plumbers want to be found for, when you combine the service and the location, it really helps Google to match up the content to what's actually being searched. And they see that, okay, these guys are definitely plumbers in Lanham, so I'm going to rank them high because there's no mistaking the fact that that's what they do, and it definitely matches what's being searched for. So that is a huge tip that I would definitely recommend you implementing, adding a location page, especially since you are servicing so many different areas. I don't know exactly what cities in these states that you're servicing, but if it's multiple cities, if you had a location page for each one, you could get them each ranked a lot easier than trying to combine all that content onto one page, really, because it doesn't show Google as much that that you're matching up to what's being searched for as easily as if you had a location page. So that's content. And then the second thing I wanted to show you was backlinks. So backlinks are just links from other websites over to your website, and they give legitimacy to your site in Google's eyes because they act as an endorsement of your site by those sites that you're linked to. And so you want to have, because Google's a popularity contest, you want to have more backlinks than your competitors have. But it's not just about quantity in this particular case. It's you also need to have quality. You need to be linked to sites that are trusted by Google, and that also helps to provide the legitimacy. So as a plumbing company, you wouldn't want to be like linked to, say like a pizza restaurant, for example. It would count as a backlink, but it wouldn't necessarily be a quality backlink because they would say it's unrelated. It's not really that legitimate. And so Google scores every website with a DR score. That's the trust score with Google. And so you can tell a backlink how good the quality is on the backlinks by looking at a site's DR score. And so if they have a good score is like a 30 or higher. So, you want to pay attention to who you're linking to, and you can check your competitors that have high DR scores and see who they're linking to. The most of them are going to be like online directories or maybe some blog sites. And if you go and try to get those same links pointed back to you, you'd want to do that for just the ones with the higher DR scores, because that's going to add to your number, but also bring up your DR or your trust score because you're getting only quality links. So I just wanted to show you your competitors. So for just quantity-wise, you have 806 backlinks from 102 referring domains. Roto Rooter, their back page doesn't have any backlinks, so they're only beating you because of their content. And if there was somebody that came along with a strong website that had the content, then you'd want to have the backlinks as well, so that you can overpower them both in terms of content and in the backlinks. Backlinks really do provide power to you if you have another site that is similar to yours. Say their content is built for Lanham, for example, and yours is, well, the one with the higher or the better backlink profile is going to likely be the one that ranks higher. So I hope that information was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I would love to be able to answer any questions you have and maybe even help you do any of this stuff if that's something you wanted to do. And you do this, you could do the same exercise looking at backlinks and local buyer intent keyword phrases for any of the terms that you are or any services or locations that you're currently providing services or locations that you do service. And you can work those into your content, and a lot of companies will have separate, not only location pages, but also separate service pages. So anyway, any questions, give me a shout. If you wouldn't mind just responding to the email just to let me know if you found the information helpful, I would greatly appreciate that. Look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.